Hello, my name is Lucie Mann and I am part of the core team of the Global Ecobrick Alliance, and I run Ecobricks UK. I would like to show you how to make a really good Ecobrick. So let's start. I'm using a 250ml bottle to demonstrate. When we are starting out making our first Ecobrick, aim for a really nice small little bottle, because this is your test. This is the one that you will learn your skills with, and once you have completed this, got it logged, verified, you will know how to make a really good Ecobrick, and you'll get every single one afterwards right. If you start with a big bottle and you haven't got your technique right, the chances are that you're not going to get it right first off, and a big bottle is a lot of effort to find out that, oh, actually I haven't done this very well. So where do we start? So the first thing you want is your bottle. It needs to be really clean and dry. I tend to wash them, leave them with the cap off for a couple of weeks, maybe it's a couple of days depending on the temperature where you are, and then when I'm ready to start, I find some soft plastic for the bottom. So this is a soft green plastic, and I'm going to put this at the bottom of my Ecobrick. Quite a lot here, so I'm going to just rip it into a nice big piece, scrunch it up, and then put this in the bottle. We only put big bits of plastic in the bottom, and we only put big bits of soft plastic in. If you are putting large pieces of plastic that you haven't cut up into your Ecobrick, you're going to have problems, but I'll explain why we cut our Ecobricks up later. So that's in. Looks like it's quite full, but this has got nothing in it at all. Right, watch. Taking my earth wand, or you can use a wooden spoon, you can use a wooden paintbrush with a nice thick handle. You don't want to use a metal pokey stick, as some people will call them, because you don't want to damage the bottom, the bottle. These have been designed to be the perfect tool for ecobricking for many reasons. You can read about them on our website, ecobricks.org. So we squash the plastic down, and you'll notice that I'm holding the bottle up. This is a really important part of making Ecobricks, because we don't want to damage the bottle. Okay, if we do that and we're on a hard surface, we can damage the bottom of the bottle, and that compromises the life of the Ecobrick. And we are making these to last for a very long time. So you press that down as much as you can. Now this is a square bottomed bottle. You might have a bottle that has lots and lots of dents, like a flower on the bottom. They're a little bit harder to get the plastic to stay down until you've filled the rest of the bottle. Don't worry about that. Just keep going. And if you've put enough of the soft plastic in, it will fill all of the gaps as you go along. You can see how that looks at this moment here. Right, let's get some plastic in there. So we're often asked, what type of plastic can I put in there? Basically, if you have consumed the plastic, it can go in your Ecobrick. The plastic that I am using to fill this Ecobrick is all plastic that comes from my community. We work with a food waste distribution, and I take the plastic from there and chop it up and Ecobrick it. If I was just using plastic that we can intentionally consume, I would have virtually none in here, because we don't want to consume plastic, and we do everything in our power to reduce the plastic that comes into our hands. The best Ecobrick that you will ever make is the one you cannot make because you have no plastic. Right, so let's have a look at how I'm getting on here. So, oh, looks full, doesn't it? I love when I do workshops for children because they all go, oh, I want to weigh it, and they get so disappointed at this stage because there's virtually no plastic in. Watch. So I then stuff it down, and again I'm holding the bottle up, and you will notice that there are bits of plastic that are falling down. So on my lap I have a pillowcase, and that is catching the plastic as it falls, so I'm not making a mess. All the plastic is going back into the Ecobrick. Right, let's get this full. Just going to stop for a moment and look at how I've cut that plastic up. I have rolled whatever that wrapper was. I believe it was a piece of chocolate, and I think that was my son eating that chocolate. I'm going to tell him off later. So the wrapper got rolled into a tube and then cut up finely. So I've got lots of strands, and that's a really good size of plastic to put into your Ecobrick. But you can cut it however you want. There's no rhyme or reason. Just the smaller you can get it, the more you will get into each Ecobrick. So again, we're squashing down. As I am doing this, I'm holding the earth wand against the side of the bottle, and I'm trapping the plastic between the earth wand and the end of the earth wand, and I'm pushing upwards into my hand. And then I move to the next part and do the same, and I turn and push up, and I turn and push up, I turn and push up, and all of a sudden you're going to get a really solid Ecobrick. So let's get stuffing. I'm not going to hold the camera up for this, the phone up for this bit, because I want you to experience this for yourself. Go make yourself an Ecobrick. Go find out what this is all about. Now I'm making this really quickly for this video. When I make Ecobricks, I do two things. I cut the plastic up at one point. I wash and dry it as it comes in, and I then will sit, and maybe while I'm sat with my son, I'll watch a movie, cut plastic up while I'm doing so, and then the next stage I will do the Ecobrick in one go. Some people like to cut and stuff straight away. I like to do each stage separately because that gives me a bit more of an excuse to sit down in front of a good film. So a bit more, and I'm going to push up again, and you can see how much I'm compacting down. Now weights. We have a recommended minimum weight, and the reason for that is that it's to encourage you to make an Ecobrick that is really rock solid and dense, and that will stand up to all of the uses that it goes through in its life. Remember, Ecobrick could be around for hundreds of years. If it's cared for and looked after properly and used as a resource, it's going to outlive all of us and our future generations, because plastic doesn't go anywhere. Right, so let's get a bit more into this Ecobrick. Weights need to be a minimum to make sure that the Ecobrick is safe and that can be used. We have a maximum guideline. You can go over the maximum, but think about the future use of your Ecobrick. If you have a module or a stool, piece of furniture, say it was made out of 16 1-litre Ecobricks, and all of those Ecobricks weighed over a kilo. That's 16 kilos, and that's just far too heavy for people to move around. So we need to think about future safety and physical safety of the people who are going to utilise these Ecobricks. And I hope you're going to use your Ecobricks yourself, so that the people who use your Ecobricks will start off with you. Okay. You will see that I'm compacting as I go along, and at no time have I rested this Ecobrick on its bottom. The whole time I am holding it up so that I'm not damaging the bottom of the bottle. and a bit more in, and again, stuff. Now it can feel quite tough and quite hard. Once you get the technique, it's really easy. And if you have difficulty with your hands and you're finding it a bit of a strain, then I would suggest that you're putting a little bit too much, or you're trying to do it a bit too quickly. Slow down and just take your time. So we're getting a bit fuller, and again I'm just checking as I go along what the how it feels, and you can, once you are skilled at making Ecobricks, you will be able to feel whether you've got enough in there. Right, I'm just weighing it again, and we're now up to 81 grams. We are aiming at 100 in here, so I will keep stuffing. Now you can see I'm getting nearer the top now, and I need to just make sure that I'm getting this equally round all the way. Okay. And keep pushing and keep pushing. And then all of a sudden it'll all move and you'll be able to get a bit more in. Aim is to get as much as you can in, but do remember, it needs to be clean, dry, and cut up so you can get it in nice and small. As I get nearer the top, I start using my thumb, because that can be quite a useful tool to get round the edge of the neck of the bottle. Right, nearly there. Let's have a talk about the top of an Ecobrick. We need to allow room for the plastic to just expand and contract a little bit with temperatures, and we need to make sure that if the Ecobrick is used in a module, that we're not going to damage the top. So to do that, we stop stuffing, take that bit out, when we get to this top edge here. So that bit where the lid is going to sit needs to be empty of plastic. It's the only air gap that you're going to want to have in this Ecobrick. Okay, you can see it's really rock solid. You can see there's almost a little bit of change of shape in the bottle where it's so tight. Here we are, nicely packed, and I'm going to put the lid on. With the lid on, it is, let's weigh it again and just check. So you'll notice I've checked all the way through, making sure I'm on target. And with the lid on, it's 121 grams in a 250 ml bottle. That's pretty good by my reckoning. So can you do better? So if you'd like more information, ecobricks.org. Start with our FAQs or with our how-to page on how to make an Ecobrick. But there's also a huge amount of philosophy and ethics and all of the other really hard work we've put into theorising how we can make our use of plastic better and to end and reduce our use of plastic. Thank you. Let me know how you get on.